Hey friends, how's it going? Happy Tuesday to you. Wow, first day of the year, 2022. Brand new year, brand new us. It is so awesome to have you join us. We are live and I'm excited to welcome you to today's live level up conversation.
Welcome to Level Up with Winnie Sun.
Happy New Year indeed. Hello, friends. I am Winnie Sun, your host, Forbes contributor, CNBC council member, and award-winning financial pro here to keep you on top of relevant, trending business news. And most importantly, remember you're part of today's conversation. I love monitoring and sharing your audience my audience feedback throughout the program. I gotta change that. But today I wanted to welcome you back, of course, first week of 2022. Hello, Tim Son, joining us from Facebook Live. It is awesome to see you, my friend. Thanks so much for joining me. You know what? That's what the year is all about, right? Coming together with your friends, seeing how you're doing. Last year was pretty rough. I'm not going to kid you, but I'm excited that it's a new year, a new start. Had an amazing conversation with my friend Mike from LinkedIn just a moment ago. Exciting things to come. Very excited. All right. So let's celebrate. That we're here together, talk about some smart financial news, talk about some golden nuggets, talk about some trivia, right? Let's get this started. But here's what I want to start with. You know what we do. We always talk about how the market closed. Let's talk about how it closed, and then we're going to move on. We're going to move on pretty quickly because you're not going to like to see some of these numbers. So the Dow closed up 214 points. We'll take that. NASDAQ, my friends, many of you are tech investors like I am, unfortunately. NASDAQ down 210 points today. S&P down 3 as well. Now, as you know, we keep getting, unfortunately, negative information about this pandemic. If it would just go away already, right? It's so interesting. So many people, so many of my friends and my family are coming down with COVID. I'm sure you're experiencing the same as well. I actually had a conversation with one of my best friends earlier today, and we were saying, it's going to be less people that we know that haven't had COVID versus those who have. And she's like, I know everybody I know is having it, but crazy time. So that's trickling into the investment world. Of course, investors are really making a decision when it comes to their portfolio and how they're investing, of deciding whether or not they think that we're going to get beyond this COVID, or if it's going to continue on for a bit and we're going to have to deal with it in our finances, in our investments, in our money, and everything else in the financial world, right? Well, now, we will see, you probably heard today, unfortunately, that COVID cases topped over 1 million here in the United States. And actually, I read this kind of a little bit scary statistic online that said that's probably just a very small fraction of the true cases, because a lot of people, like some of my best friends, are in this situation where they actually tested at home. So that's how they found that they were positive, but they were never part of that figure. They're not part of that 1 million that was reported today. Now, that also is creating a lot of havoc, of course, in the travel world. We always like to talk about travel. I love travel. I'm sure many of you love travel as well. Sadiq, I know you're a big travel guy too. So travel continues to suffer. We heard yesterday over 7,000 flights were delayed or canceled because of, COVID or weather related. Well, today it continues. Another 1,400 flights were canceled due to Omicron, due to severe weather happening throughout the United States as well. Now, we're also hearing this. I mean, this I thought was really shocking. Over 20,000 U.S. flights have been canceled since Christmas Eve. That wasn't that long ago. So what's going to happen to travel going forward? I'm talking to my good friends in the travel points and miles, my amazing friend Bethany Walsh. By the way, I got to give a shout out to Bethany. Bethany is incredible. She's obviously one of my best friends, but she really helped me out. I'm going to tell you, in December, she showed me some ways to really earn a whole bunch of airline miles right before the year end close. So huge thank you to Bethany. Thank you so much for doing that. If you don't follow her already, you definitely want to give her a follow. She's active on Twitter, and also she's got her website, which is Bougie Miles. So definitely check that out. Now, investors continue to shrug off disruptions. Of course, they're thinking that travel is going to come back. There's going to be more demand later on this year. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? All we do know is we've got a couple things working not in our favor, right? Of course, the pandemic, and also flights keep on getting canceled, which is always, always stressful. It's fun to book a flight, but as Bethany says, it's really hard to unwind and trying to figure something out when your flight gets canceled. So you might be saying, well, okay, Winnie, yet another reason to stay home, right? I guess. Well, maybe staying home for some people, at least some of my clients I've been talking to, they've been saying, well, when I stay home more, Winnie, I get bored. I binge watch on Netflix. I do more online shopping. Well, being that it's the beginning of the year, I think we can agree that you should keep your wallet in your pocket or in the freezer maybe, because this is a new year and we want to make sure that this is also a new year to build financial wealth for yourself and into the new year, right? Make sure you save more, put more money towards yourself. And maybe it's good news for your finances, because here's what I learned today. Macy's department stores, as you know, is actually shortening its store hours for the rest of the month as COVID cases rise here in the United States. And it's not just actually Macy's, but a lot of retailers are dealing with, employees not being able to get to work because of COVID, or could be weather challenges as well. So from Monday to Thursday, Macy's has announced that they're going to change their hours to 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. for the remainder of the month. So this is actually meaning they're going to open an hour later and close an hour, or actually I say open an hour later and close an hour earlier. Did I say that? I think I said that, but if I didn't, you get the idea. They're basically working less hours, 2 hours less Mondays through Thursday. So I would say this is not just at Macy's, but this is actually happening at other companies and restaurants as well. So next time you're heading out, just make sure you want to probably check hours online before you head out of the house, just to make sure that where you're going to is actually open. Okay. Sadiq, you gonna do that? Hello, Tim. Tim, hello from Pennsylvania. It's great to see you. Make sure you do that, because that's actually really important. All right, let's do some trivia, because it's a new year and I thought, why not, right? We got to do some New Year's resolution trivia. And thank you so much, Curtis, my producer, for helping me with this. Let's go with question number 1. I'm curious to see what you all think about this. All right. We're going in that whole realm of New Year resolutions and saving more and all that, good stuff. So let's ask you this. How much do you think the average person has in their savings? I almost think this is this could be either a really surprising number, or it could be kind of a depressing number. It could be like, wow, that's impressive number, right? So do you think it's $1 million? Do you think it's 40,000? Do you think it's $20,200? Interesting. I like to play up to 2020 there. Or do you think it's 73,100? That's a very specific number. What do you think? All right, so let's see. Okay, we see Kenneth saying 3,000. Was that one of the choices? 3,000 wasn't one of the choices, but I like that you're trying. So, okay. Bit, I think it's Bit. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Hello, it's great to see you on Facebook. Thanks so much for joining. Sadiq is saying D, 73,100. Very specific number. All right, Sadiq. Well, let's see who else. Has an answer. All right, I'm going to go with that, because I feel like we've got a winner there. We do, in fact, have a winner. So it's not 3,000, because that wasn't one of the choices. Okay, she said, Kenna's saying she gave the answer before the choices came out. So, that's impressive. I like your enthusiasm, and I like that you took a stance and you really made that. Although I would just say, if the average person has $3,000 in their savings, that actually makes sense. But I guess what I would think this would mean is this probably encompasses not just your savings or your checking account, but probably your retirement savings, your maybe any 401k or IRA, and maybe all that combined. So Ken is like, yeah, then she probably, if you want to give us another answer, we will take it. But in this situation, what do you think it is? You think the average person has $1 million? I think they don't, because most Americans, I think $1 million is still a pretty lofty number. 40,000, maybe. 2020, 2020 zero, so 20,200, 73,100. Vicky, what do you think? What do you think about this shirt? It's great to see you, Vicky. I was hoping you would be here. Is Joshua here? I haven't seen Joshua yet. But the answer is actually, Curtis, you want to give us a drum roll? He's not here right now. He's like quiet, Curtis, right now. But if we were to give you a drum roll, maybe we could do that, something like that. But anyhow, the number is 73,100. In fact, that is shown that the survey showed that Americans' average personal savings actually has grown 10% year over year. So in 2020, it was about 65,000, and now it's grown. So people definitely have more retirement savings. I guess they're breaking this out. So maybe retirement savings is actually completely different. Retirement savings has also jumped about 98,000. So more savings. Vicky is saying A. Mickey, $1 million. Average American has that much money. That's impressive, Vicky. I love that you think that. And you know what? I feel like the fact that you said that, Vicky, I think that should be a goal of everybody that's on the show with me right now. We should all aim to have $1 million in savings. What do you think? I think that should be our 2022, level up goal. Let's do it. All right. Number 2. Let's do number 2 trivia. Let's see what Curtis has put together for us. All right. Number 2 question is, what is the biggest expense in the average person's budget? Now, I feel like you guys are going to get this. All right. So either is it food? Is it their car payment? Is it housing? Or is it healthcare? All right. Sadiq, what do you think? Vicky, let's hear it. Let's see what you think. I'll give you a moment here. The biggest expense in the average person's budget. Because, I feel like this there's things to take into account here, right? What if you have a family of what's that one family? One of these families has 20 people in their family or 30 people? That could be but I guess this is saying the average person. So most people don't have 20 some kids. So the average person's budget, which of these items is the biggest? Vicky is saying C, which is housing. Sadiq is saying healthcare, which is D. Well, the answer is, my friends, is in fact, Vicky is saying now maybe D. The answer is, in fact, housing. Housing. So whether you rent or you own, housing is typically a person's largest expense. All right. So yeah, absolutely. So for many people, this is a very big portion of their financial picture. I think it just depends on how big your household is too, because I think I probably pay pretty close in healthcare costs to housing just because I've got a family of 5. But I think on average, you're right. Most people, they pay more for housing than anything else. The question then is, are they renting or do they have a mortgage? Are they putting that money back into equity for themselves? That's a big question too. But yeah, unfortunately, housing costs continue to get higher, right? Pricing of houses continue to get higher. More people are buying homes. There's certainly a lot of demand. And I just read recently that the housing market had cooled down slightly. So if you're in the market, maybe that'd be your benefit. But the good news is this, is if you have equity in your home and you haven't refinanced yet, probably this is a good opportunity and probably a good chance for you to do so. So take a look at that. All right. So that's my side comment. I know, Vicky, high five to you. All right, Sadiq, close, very close, but Vicky got that one for sure. All right, let's go to question number 3. Which of these statements about saving is true? You only need to save for your long-term goals. All right, that's 1. Saving money consistently each month can help you prepare for the future. Okay. And C, you can categorize expenses under saving if you got a discount on them. You can categorize expenses under savings so if you bought something and it was on sale, then you can put it down as saving. Okay. And then the last one would be save money, live better, Walmart. I like that, Curtis. That was very funny. Okay, Vicky is saying D, save money, live better, Walmart. Okay, Vicky is also saying B, which is saving money consistently each month can help you prepare for the future. What do you think? Sadiq, what do you think, Tim? All right. This is a good one. I mean, I think, let's go through these choices together. Okay. You only need to save for your long-term goals. Now, the fact that you need to save for your long-term goals is absolutely right. But the fact that the answer said you only need to, that sort of says that that's the only, like that kind of takes away a lot of things. So I think A is not the answer. Oh, Sadiq is saying A. All right, you only need to save for long-term goals. What about short-term goals and mid-term goals and like lunch tomorrow? So I think like we need to save for a lot of things besides just long-term goals. So Sadiq, I would actually eliminate A. And then the next one would be saving money consistently each month can help you prepare for the future. Now, I like that because the qualifying word there is can, right? It can. And also saving money consistently. Now, if you heard me talk before, you know one of my best money hacks is to automate your savings, make life so easy so you can do your brilliantness, so we can do our show, we can hang out here, and you're still saving money. So automate your savings. So saving money consistently through automation would be my addition to that. Each month can help you prepare for the future. I like that. I like that. All right. So C would be you can categorize expenses under saving if you got a discount on them. I feel like then you're just making an excuse that like you spent money, but because you got a good deal, maybe you got it on discount or a coupon or something like that, therefore it's considered savings. But a lot of people do that. We know that, right? Even on the holidays, you get like, oh, I bought this, but it was on sale. You justify it, and then that becomes so. Yeah, I can see that. All right. So Vicky is still staying B. All right, I see that. All right, let's go to the then the last one is save money, live better, Walmart. I think that was very clever, Curtis. I think that was clever, Curtis, jumping in there. That was really fun. So you are absolutely right, Vicky. It is absolutely B. You are there for the money. And that is exactly right. If you automate your savings and you do it consistently, it will make a big difference in your financial plan. Speaking of which, I want to share this with you. What is changing for 2022? And most importantly, in the realm of retirement plan contribution limits. Now, you may have seen me share this on social media yesterday, but my motto is this. Caring means that you want everybody in your life to also do well financially, right? Not only health-wise, of course, is really important. Happiness is important, but also if you care about your friends and your community and your audience members and your family, you want to make sure that they do well financially. And so some of these little tips and things that I've learned over the years, over these decades of, experience in the financial industry has taught me this very, very important but super simple hack. And that is that you maximize your retirement plan contributions as early as you possibly can in the year. So here's the thing. First week of January, which is where we are currently, right? If you can, I would try to make an IRA contribution. IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. Now, this can come in the form of a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, whichever you prefer or that you qualify to contribute to. For 2022, my friends, the Ira contribution limits are now $6,000 if you're under the age of 50. Raise your hand if you are. And for those of you over the age of 50, woohoo, you actually get to add an extra $1,000 per year as a catch-up contribution, which means you can contribute up to $7,000 this year on a tax-deferred basis into your retirement account. So why do I say it's best to do it early on in the year, right? Because remember, we talked about auto savings, consistent savings. Well, the reason that is because if you are able to somehow contribute, even if you can't contribute the whole thing, if you can just contribute a little bit, the earlier you get, then you get that entire extra almost a year of tax-deferred savings. Now, tax-deferred meaning your dividends are deferred, your growth, all that is tax-deferred. So you have the traditional IRA and you got the Roth IRA. You got two different options. Some of you might not qualify to go directly to the Roth, but do know as it stands right now, you can actually still do the Roth IRA conversion. Okay, so if you're not sure what it is that I'm talking about here, don't fret. Keep on listening. Keep on coming. Google Winnie Sun. Go Google Winnie Sun Forbes, and I break it down in my Forbes article. So definitely take a look at that. All right. Next thing I want to add for you is this. Also in 2022, new year, right? You can actually contribute again to your 401k. So it starts as if it's completely from scratch, as if you hadn't contributed a dime yet to your 401k, because every calendar year it restarts on January 1st. So this year, for those of you under the age of 50, raise your hand. You can contribute a maximum of $20,500 into your 401k this year. Now that's up $1,000 more than it was from last year. And if you're over the age of 50, woohoo, an extra $6,500 per year for your catch-up 401k contribution. So you actually can contribute $27,000 this year. Now I know it's a lot, it's over $2,000 a month. But again, we talked about that consistent savings, right? So what you could do if you say, well, that's a really big number, I don't know how much I can contribute to it, try to challenge yourself this first quarter of the year. I want you to increase your retirement savings. All right. Now I know Vicky is on the other side of the pond, so she's not here in the US. You know, you've got retirement saving options where you are as well. Try to contribute more than you think that you can for the first quarter of this year. Now, that's of course providing you don't have things like credit card debt and other, things that have high interest that you owe. But if assuming you have no debt, this is an amazing time to add towards your own retirement plan. Okay, so the earlier you can get started, the better. So want to definitely encourage you to do so. So for those of you who are with me and we really want to make a difference this 2022, we really want to make sure we get better with our finances, that we earn more, that we grow more, that we have a better financial plan. So we're getting closer to financial independence. We're getting closer to level up. What you want to do is try to make these sort of sacrifices, financial sacrifices early on in the year. That way it helps you throughout the year. Okay, so that will be my little tip for you. I do this for my own family. My husband and I we just made our IRA contribution this week, and I'm going to be making sure that I add more to my kids' accounts for their education as well. So it works for their education accounts too. For those of you who are parents, you can definitely do that as well. So we'll tighten the purse strings a little bit this first quarter. We'll try to, our goal is actually to spend no money as much as we can the first quarter and just put away more money into these important financial goals. So super important. The other thing I want to share with you, let's continue on the news because this I thought was really interesting too. This kind of goes with trivia. Do you know how many people actually quit their jobs at the end of last year? Here in the US, this was a crazy number. Actually, I found out that a record 4.5 million workers quit their jobs in November. Now, job openings here also declined a little bit, but it's still at 10.6 million jobs are currently available. But most of the people that quit their job from jobs that are in the restaurant industry, healthcare workers, definitely a lot of them decided to quit, and that actually increased the surge in what they're calling the Great Resignation or the quits time. So workers quit their job in record numbers, and the U.S. labor report reported that today actually that the surge was over 4.53 million for the month. The Labor Department said that this is during their labor turnover survey, and this is actually almost a 9% increase from October numbers. So we saw a lot of people quit their jobs at the end of the year, their holidays last year. Now, job openings are still available. They're a little bit higher than they historically are, but there's still a lot of jobs available. So, if you are in that situation, you're looking to make a change, do know there's certainly work out there. You just got to spend the time. May not be exactly your dream job, but there's opportunities out there. So I know, right? Vicky is saying, wow, yes, same in the UK. Awesome, Vicky, 90%. Sadiq is 52. Sadiq, congratulations, over 50. You get to contribute more money. That's a beautiful thing, right? To catch up provision. Thank you so much, my friends, for watching, supporting our program. It is always a treat and an honor to spend this time with you. And I love it. I love the chance to spend this time with you and talk about some trivia and share some information with you. Do me a favor. If you found this information interesting, helpful, definitely share this with someone that you care about. Share it out, share on social, tag me on it so I know, so I can thank you also for that. And as a reminder, you can find full episodes of Level Up on NASDAQ, Amazon Fire, Roku, and now the CW in San Francisco. And I can't tell you yet what else, but let me just tell you, I had a really special call earlier today, and it's going to be coming even more to more places for you very, very soon. So be well, and I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Take care now.